All right, so today's video, we are watching a Bronze 1 support on PC playing BAP, all right? And they say, hi, please, I need your help. Well, they said hi, emongg, but I always get rid of that part, so that sounds kind of, just hi, I need your help. It's like, no, they put my name in there. I just skip that sometimes because, all right, 2 seasons ago, I was in mid-tier gold. But my loss rate, wait, mid-tier gold and bronze? Okay. But my loss rate has been hovering between 70 to 80% since September, and I've plummeted across all roles. Okay, wow, that's rough. I played ranked with my best friend. We like to duo supports. He's the Mercy in this lobby. But it seems like every game we get smashed. I'm submitting this game because I felt like I was doing all the little things right. Sure, I missed a few shots and had some rough moments. I mean, I missed shots too, don't worry. I am in bronze now, after all. But these are the typical matches I play where I feel as though I'm doing well and I just can't seem to get the team over the finish line. In this map, I tried to focus on positioning more safely. Lately, I've been dying a lot, not taking too many risks, hitting my heals. I may have gone heal bot a bit too often, and using my cooldowns more effectively. I had an aggressive tank, DPS that did their jobs pretty well, and my friend was locked in. So what can I do? What can I be doing better to help us win more matches? I main tank, but even there, I'm losing. Is it my game sense? Do I panic too much? No awareness? I'm losing my mind. And while I want to push up the ranks, it's just getting discouraging, losing day after day. Thank you for your content and stream. I learned a lot, and thank you for your help here. All right, we'll take a look, see what happens, and hopefully we can find things out. We got this. We'll figure it out. All right.
Defend objective A.
Okay, so far everything's normal here. You don't really. This is a hard one to do damage on because like of the angles at the beginning. I feel like Eichenwald right here is one of the hardest angles to figure out at first. If you don't just one-shot somebody. Like the way that like it is, like you have to basically see what your hog did. That actually was a good play. Just getting through the choke and kind of just being like, we're gonna get through here. That actually, look at that, did good space creation by your hog. A little bit of a note to tanks. I'm gonna pause. Do you notice right there how like the hog just ran to the left? While that looks like the hog is just feeding, technically that's a pretty good play as long as they don't have an Ana, because it pulls pressure away. So just a good play by the hog there. I wanted to point that out. You just go, yeah, exactly, Beaver. That's, I mean, that's how you have to play it, because like the angles are so weird there that like if you just stand there, you can get like rolled. So. Yeah, exactly, Martin, yeah.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
I mean, clean start. I mean, you don't... If you're wondering if there's anything you could do there to change the team fight, the only thing you could have really done a little bit differently is use your mobility to jump up on top of the bridge rather than use this way to get through here. Pretty straightforward. If you're on BAP, use your mobility to just go up here when your teammates get space, because when you get up here, you get full vision of the map. I don't even remember if they did that. I'll just double check because I might be... I just want to make sure, and I'll go back to that spot. I don't think you did, but I could be wrong.
They don't know when to give up.
Yeah. Yeah, see I just went through the choke like that? I just want to point that out. It just next time, just use your mobility. Anyway, I skipped ahead a little bit because there's not much happening. Okay, so here we go. Everything clean so far. Nothing huge on a note here outside of what I mentioned. Again, another choke. So you're gonna be stuck here for a bit. Good job by your hog. Yep. I need you to like, this is something just to do in the future. It's really hard to do, and it's something that actually, believe it or not, I'm struggling with a little bit on support because I get really impatient sometimes. There's a fine line between like, I'm just gonna clean my glasses. There's like a fine line between using your lamp to save your teammate there because they're critical and just letting your teammate die. And one of those situations there is, they're going to have, it's very choke heavy, so if they have a Sigma, they're probably going to have BAP ultimate. I mean, not BAP ultimate, Sigma ultimate. What am I saying? So you kind of want to save your lamp for those type of ultimates. Again, we'll see what happens here, but look at the spot that you could put your lamp. You could put a lamp like right here, and it gets full value. So just a little bit of a note that your lamp was a little bit early, but you should be fine because the Sigma ultimate is also a little bit out of place. Coming from somebody who plays a lot of Sigma, as cool as a 4-person ultimate looks in their backline, it usually ends up with that result. How do I know this? From experience. From experience, that's how I know. Your burst heal is too important to use randomly like that. BAP is a very strong AoE healer. AoE would be area of effect. It means you can just aim at the floor to heal. Generally, you want to, if you can hit them, I think it heals for a little bit more. But I want to point out, you want to save that ability when they have a little bit more HP than they did. You kind of just wasted a cooldown and basically just hit the button to hit the button. So, okay. Setup-wise here, normally I would tell everybody to go try to take high ground control, take the far left side. Okay. Actually, you know, this is a good opportunity. Eichenwald. Let's talk about this map very quickly. A map that a lot of people struggle at, mainly because of this dominant high ground here. Actually, this could be a hot take, but eventually they could do a thing like they did with Dorado, make it a little bit easier access to the high ground. But point being here on Eichenwald, all right, there's multiple ways to approach it. One, you can push the cart. Technically, you can. I don't like this, but in a bronze lobby, I actually think it's okay. I want to reiterate that in a bronze lobby, this is probably fine, right? Like, you're not going to get people to play high ground. High ground, it just requires a certain type of like teamwork, etc. Listen, if you're in bronze, you want to play high ground, you're probably going to have a good time, believe it or not. They're probably not going to look at you too often, or like get the kill. So it can be helpful, but to show people in every rank multiple ways here, you can go 3 different routes, I'd say. One, you can go up this way. Would I recommend this? No, because of Junkrat. Thankfully, the Junkrat here is not an issue, but I would recommend this way. All you really do here is just take the map control. You have 2 options. You can go up here. Some people like to go up this hallway. A little bit of a note. It's okay to go through here and then rotate up this way. Gives you a little bit more space to work with. Just a bit of a note. So don't always feel obligated to just run up these stairs and be like, hello! Because look at this. I mean, it is a lot of damage. If they have any ability or capability here to do damage to you, they could team wipe you. But that's one way to do it. Another way, very underutilized path right here. Not many people go this way. Heck, I think some people don't even know about this path nowadays. This path right here, it actually goes really well a lot of the time I take it, and this is even in top 500. And the reason being is because nobody expects it. And when you get up here, you can kind of, even though this is a choke, right, and runs into the same issue, I feel like your fallback is actually interesting because, one, if you end up in an isolated 1v1, you have the mini, but you also have cover, and you can always rotate back this way and kind of get out. Don't be afraid to utilize this pathway for anybody, no matter what rank you're in. This pathway is underutilized and I think can go really well. So anyway, just wanted to show people a couple of ways of Eichenwald and how to approach it. But by the way, if you get stuck on like this part of the map, it's not uncommon. That lamp is fine only because I had the same vision you had of the hog. It was hard to call. Bit of a note here, chat. If you are a tank and there is a window, or even somebody with low HP, heals are increased through the window if they like shoot like a projectile or whatever, right? Like for example, BAP heals. If you're playing Mercy and you heal your beam through the window, it won't change that, right? But the point I'm making is, if you're like say the Roadhog there and you're taking a bunch of damage, if you go in front of the window, the healing is increased on you from anybody who can heal you like that through there, aka the BAP. So, yep. You're kind of lost here. There's a soldier behind you. Okay, your hog went and took care of it. Okay, I need to stop for a second. Dude, I'm losing it, man. Am I seeing this right? Is it the red team on the top right, but the kill feed is giving me the blue team? Am I seeing this correctly? Because I keep getting confused. I'm like, damn, their hog got a pick. Why is that? Why? I hate that. Oh, they reverse the kill feed? Ah, okay. That makes sense. Also, just remember, you can see scoreboards now, stat line. Your team's doing pretty well. You could probably do more damage. Okay, anyway, let's see. Jump high ground. Okay. Same concept here, chat. Like, if you're on BAP here, just go up here. Look at the vision you get from up here. Healing your BAP, the damage you can do to everybody there, and then your Mercy can keep your Sojourn alive, right? Like, your Sojourn's right here. Mercy goes to Sojourn. You go up on high ground, and that's it. Straight up. You can go on the high ground, yeah. Just crouch and go up there. There's a couple times where I feel like you can give yourself much better position, and you haven't been taking advantage of that. Of course, your team's playing well, but, you know what I mean? That AoE heal's fine because your hog was low, so just getting healing back up a little bit, even though you already won the team fight. Position's fine here. Don't push too much past this. Your teammate should have 3 on cart because guarantees it. Okay. Yep. Okay. I need to, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, your lack of mobility on BAP is going to cause problems for you, like, as you play more and more BAP. Like, I want you to understand map awareness. Like, you have people behind you. Why not just, like, jump up to here? Now you can heal your teammates at this angle. You don't have to sit there and look like you're just lost, and just sit up here, right? Even at a certain point, you can angle here when your hog pushes through and heal them from up here, and then you're safe from people back here. So I want you to start using your map more. This is about the 3rd time where I've seen an opportunity to use your mobility, and it really feels like you're not. So this goes for any BAP player. Do not be afraid to use your mobility. Little bit of a note to that. If they have a Widow or a Sniper, okay, be careful of that. Like if just doing, like jumping up there. I mean, I've seen OWCS do that before, where players on BAP, they jump in the air and get headshot out of spawn. So point I'm making here is use the mobility for like to get to like really strong spots. And this is like the third time I've seen you just kind of just stay right there. Like you put yourself in this corner right here, rather than just jump up to here and then to here, and then just sit here and have full vision. You would be able to kill the Lucio, you'd be able to take an angle here, you could see the Junkrat. Like there's so much more you can do, and instead you just corner yourself here and this is your spot. See? And you could have done all of that from right above.
I think I deserve this.
Fair enough, Bap. All right, let's see what happens next. All right, they got to pick on your teammate. Okay. I know that the Junkrat tires can be scary, but I really don't want you to use your lamp like this. Technically, that tire could just sit there for a little bit and then just go after you. Like the tire has a good amount of time. I think that will outlast the lamp, and at the very worst, they can just, or very least, they can kill your lamp easily. So I just want to point that out. Somehow it works, and the lamp does work there, but don't get in that habit. Because like you could have popped your lamp the moment you saw that tire go there. You know what I mean? So, or killed it before it did. Yeah, you don't have your lamp now, which I mean, I'm not gonna blame you for that one. You had to use it to get a tire, but yeah, it's like 10 seconds or something. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, not ridiculous. I technically that would get like no kills, but you know what I mean. Like basically, it's gonna outlast the lamp if they play it correctly. If you use it right away. Good kill. Good use of burst heal. Honestly, that was just a good play by Soldier. I think the Soldier just made a good flank. So. You can pop a window here. And the reason why you pop a window is to... they ulted first. You can pop a window now. You're going to go high ground and pop window? Okay, I can see that. Window for your Soldier ult, maybe? Okay. I mean, technically the window spot's going to be good because your teammates can follow up, so good window. I want to point something out here. So I think it's important to bring this up to anybody playing BAP. Are you ready for this? It is okay and sometimes recommended to use a solo ult for yourself, all right? And the reason being is because sometimes, believe it or not, having 4 people behind the window does not go the way you think it's going to go, right? Because the weakness of the ultimate is that everybody's stacked, okay? So I personally go up against a lot of BAP players that will just window solo all the time. And you just clean up team fights, right? You just straight up clean up team fights. So don't be afraid when you were up here earlier, when you kind of saw their cooldowns used, hey, don't be afraid to like hit that button, you know? Window from up here and team wipe them there. This window ended up being good, but I just wanted to kind of bring up that point that it's okay to use a window for yourself. I'm telling you, because not only does it like increase your damage, it also increases the healing. You can kind of keep momentum going. So there's somebody on cart in the corner that you saw, but we won't talk about that. Hey, that's the first time I saw you use the jump. Second time. Remember, chat, all you gotta do is crouch and then jump up. Like you just discovered it. You should have been set up, by the way, before that. I feel like your timing was a little bit off there because the Mercy in the corner. On the other team when she was there. I do like this stuff. Chat, I want to point out, good play by the BAP here, by the way, just so you know. Yep. The reason why I like this a lot is because of the angles. You've created an angle now, so when you're in the other team, you have to worry about both ways here. Only thing I would say is back up a little bit slightly. I want you to see this. So you're there and you think you're safe, I want you to see this angle. So just back up a little bit further on the stairs, like right here, and then use, like, kind of like poke out and peek and like do some damage. You can also right-click the ground to heal your hog. So just be careful of that positioning. You could also go up here if you wanted to, but sometimes this can get a little bit scary if the Junkrat engages you. So just be careful. Let's see what happens. That's pretty straightforward. Next time, aim at the tire. It felt like you didn't know what to do. Just kill the tire. If you don't have stuff there to like be able to survive it, just shoot at it. That's the only other option you have. So. Oh, the soldier shooting at them has happened many times. At this point, like, that is something that will just get cleaned up over time. Like, obviously, if you're getting flanked, like, yeah, and they're not reacting to it, at that point, just going to be one of those, like, you know, like they're. Okay, is there a soldier behind them right now? Because I swear I heard somebody. Hey. All right. Okay, first heal. Good first heal. I like that because your teammates were... That was good. Teammates are getting low. Good pin. You got the point. I think, like, one thing that you need to do in those situations, in my opinion, is you're just kind of... It feels like you're almost unsure of what you want to do. I will give a little bit of a way to look at it. And this could go, people can agree or disagree on this one with BAP. You don't need everybody to be at 100% HP at all times. You have enough healing and a good amount of healing to be able to make up for it with your burst heal ability if you need it, if they get a little bit lower. So don't be afraid to like take an extra second to do some damage, right? Like you're playing BAP and you have 1,400 damage in a round. Now listen, I talk about stats don't always show the whole story all the whole time, etc., right? And that's true, right? The stats don't always tell the story. But I'm also watching the game in front of me right now. So 1,400 damage in that situation could probably be at the very least doubled, right? At the very least doubled. I would say, to give you an idea, if I say you were playing BAP there and I was like, okay, you're min max, and I can see like 3,000 damage here, 4,000 damage with like 7,000 healing, right? So just remember that, like, as BAP, find a little bit more output there, and in that situation, you had plenty of opportunity to do that. So I just want to point out, look for those little moments in between team fights. I'll see if I can find them more of like damage. Maybe I'll like bring it up a couple times over the next minute and we'll go from there. Anyway.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I mean, your team is not all there, so your team setup is already broken. Side note for everybody here, do not go here. This is not an ideal setup for Reichenwald. I just want to point this out to everybody. Why give up this really overpowered choke for the defense to play in the middle of the open for their team to get angles on you from 4 different places? It's like, just go here. It's literally like almost the same thing, but better. Is your Ryan flanking right now? Full sprint? Am I seeing this correctly? Your Ryan is full flank and full sprint. No one reacted to that. That was amazing. Holy crap, that was amazing.
Complete recovery.
Team kill.
That was awesome.
Everyone's getting better.
All right. To your left, you hear a soldier. Yes, you heard that correctly. You heard that correctly. There you go. Nice damage. Good pressure. First heal, if you need to. That's okay. You could use it prior to that. Putting some pressure on the soldier. Your Ryan's too deep. You can throw a lamp at Ryan if you want. That was the right idea. I think you should have been a little bit quicker on that reaction, but I think the idea was there. As in, like, made that a priority. Hey, high ground, jump up to the high ground. Good job. All right, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Your team lost this one right here because of your positioning. You just didn't give yourself, your team didn't give yourself a chance to actually make a play there. So like, in that situation, you're in a really weird spot because it's basically an all-in strategy. If you lose one singular person, the team fight's pretty much over. Especially if it's your Reinhardt. Oh, imagine that heal hit the Mercy, that'd have been sick.
You're completely healed.
Objective lost.
Yeah, they were playing on Hog. Okay.
Let's give them the medicine.
Not bad. In tip-top shape.
I'm gonna point out again here. If you went high ground, I would not be upset. If you went high ground right now, I would not be upset. Like right now. Your soldier's up there. Okay, so like, let's talk about this very quickly. Like, if you ever find yourself in this spot of Overwatch where you're just waiting for them to engage you, this is already the problem. All you're doing here is waiting for them to get to you. That's all you're doing in this situation. You're not doing anything to them outside of your Sojourn who was up here who ended up falling over anyway. Which if you were up here with your Sojourn, bit of a different story, right? You're just waiting for them to come to you. Oh, I'm trying to think of an example. It's like, you ever watch? I always use like football sometimes as an example where like the defender will get stuck in like their stance and then the player just runs right by them. This feels like you're just waiting for them to come to you and then just destroy you. Like that's what it feels like, right? So like they put a little bit more pressure on them. Like don't give them free entry. One of the easiest things to do, whether it's bronze or top 500, if you force out a cooldown, you are already doing something effective. Let me give you an example. How many times have we watched their team do damage to you and then you just pop your AoE cooldown? If they're not doing that damage, you don't need to use that ability. See what I'm saying? So I think that like for any rank, always look for opportunity to get some spam, right? We're at a point now in Overwatch where they're going to get their support ultimates. Like it's going to happen. Supports do so much damage nowadays that like they just get their ultimates regardless. Before there was a little bit of strategy, like do you not do this, you know, don't let them get ult, etc. It's saying 6v6 Overwatch nowadays, right? So it's just one of those things where you need to start to do a little bit more poke. And that goes with your damage output. I mean, your damage has only gone up, what, 300 since we last looked, right? So, and with you being on BAP, don't be afraid to also look for squishies, too. Like, shoot at the... They're above you. They're above you. They're above you. They took the high ground. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you like being in this spot? Do you enjoy... like having to run around the map and do this? Because guess what? All it took was Daniel up here. Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
Going up here with Soldier. That's all it took. Now your team's on your back foot. Even if your Soldier gets a kill, this Soldier's already accomplished something. Look at this. You're already out of the team fight. Now what? You're not there.
Don't die on me.
I just have to see. I have to see. What happened? Oh, where am I? Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, it's a cool road. Wait. Oh, this is where Bastion lived. I know this. I know that, but like I always forget. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Oh, okay, it doesn't fall off the map. I see. Okay, yeah. Been there, done that. Don't worry, Daniel. You're good.
Reloading. Don't die on me.
Careful.
Do you have a silencer? I'm confused. Dude, I would have been confused. No one even looked at you.
It's not over till it's
Tactical
over.
visor activated.
Okay, also, just to add a point here, do you see the reaction from their team? That's what the Soldier 76 has been experiencing against you. Just want to point that out. You notice how that looked kind of, you didn't know what to do and you were confused, like what's going on? You've been doing that to a Soldier 76 all game. They've been shooting at you from the side and you're like, huh, that was weird. You can't heal the wall. You can't hit, no. Map awareness, please. At no point will there be a wall there. Maybe in the Halloween mode there might be a wall that you can go through there, like a stairwell. Like right there, like that whole sequence. Like I don't even have to explain that one. Just that's map awareness. You cannot heal your teammate through that wall. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Hate to break it to you.
Not every day.
Yeah, your team got snowballed. Your positioning wasn't strong here. Like, so if you want to know what you can do here, I mean, it's gonna sound more proactive, more damage output, more thinking about what can we do to prevent them from going for my team rather than let them come to my team and then make a play. All you did here is there's no pushback from your team, right? There was no pushback from anybody. All it takes sometimes is 2 kills. That's it, 2 limps. You can get team wiped, but if you can get 2 limps, you're gonna be just fine on Eichenwald. But your team never went for that, right? The only player I really saw go for that type of approach was your Sojourn. And guess what? I think you should have been up there with your Sojourn. And then if you're up there with your Sojourn, I think we're still watching this round. Because they get the kill there, you're gonna have a lamp, you're gonna be able to heal them, they feel more comfortable with your, like you healing the ultimate. Like, there was so much you could have done there, and you just sat on the ground.
Another battlefield.
Yep. Oh, position has been the issue from the get-go. I pinpointed that a little bit. Let's go.
Defend objective A.
Popping you up.
Okay, perk wise, I will admit I didn't look at your perks too much, but this seems fine. Yeah, that lamp. Now, why? It says Soldier. Yeah, go up there. Your Ryan needs to go to the right. Let your Life Weaver take care of the... Okay. Yep. I mean, this is just the lack of, like, taking away some of the angles from their team. They were just sitting on the high ground. Burst heal? Okay. You're on Wrecking Ball. That is the correct choice. Now, how is that Wrecking Ball going to get through the choke? A little bit of a note for Wrecking Ball players. If you want to get back to the point quickly, one thing that you can do is kind of, I think it's grapple onto this and then over the top. I do it every single time out of spawn. Let me see if I can remember. Yeah, grapple off this, and then you can launch over here. So that way you don't get stuck trying to go through the choke. I want you to see what happens to the Wrecking Ball. Already at half HP, makes it through. Of course they make it. Okay, never mind. I'm going back to you. Anyway, that is a really easy way to get through the choke.
10 seconds.
Or get through that part of the map if you're on Wrecking Ball. Just rolls right through the choke, like uncontested, dude. Okay, here we go. Behind you. Soldier 76, behind you. Soldier 76, behind you. Soldier 76. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Finally! After almost 14 minutes, Daniel has finally been taken care of on the flank. The only person who's taken Daniel out so far is Daniel. Oh, man. Oh, Arnie's playing. I was like, what's the sound? It's funny. Good, buddy. All right. You said with the warning, healing shot and all? Yeah. Get out of here, otherwise I'm going to heal you. How many deaths Daniel has? 10, which is honestly not bad. But like, it's funny because I've talked about doing extra damage output. Like, you can kind of see like the math here. What I see here when I see that damage, chat. What do you see with this damage? I'm gonna figure this out because I want to talk scoreboard for a second. I want chat to figure this out. Dude, they're doing so much damage right now on their team. So what is your team doing wrong not to match that damage? Like, what is your team doing wrong? To answer that question, so I was taking a bite of my oatmeal. You ready? Nothing. Your team had a Roadhog the majority of the game. If your team had more damage than their team, then something's going wrong there, right? No, that's all it is. There's a Roadhog. You can farm damage all day long on a Roadhog, all day. That's why you see such a high damage output. You think they're getting that from shooting at the Soldier 76 of the team? No, there's a Roadhog the majority of the game, so they just farmed a bunch of damage. You look at that and go, guys, we need to do more damage. Like, come on, team, we got to do more damage. What are we doing? Do more damage. Well, tell them to switch Roadhog. Like, there you go. Now your team will do way more on the leaderboard, on the scoreboard. All right, here we go. Tell the other team to go Roadhog, and then you can farm your damage. I'm seeing you be a little bit more active with like shooting at their team now. That's good. I feel like you started the game off like that, but I want to see more of that. This window's okay because no. Use your lamp towards the window at that point, because like now you're in a weird spot where you see how you have to heal your Life Weaver, and you're kind of in a weird angle. Like, you want to use that. I'm okay with the window being there at the end of the round. You don't want to save your ultimate for next round because you can't. But I do think that you want to put your lamp in a better spot to make the lamp the target to give your teammates opportunity, and then you can also heal your team. Now, of course, you can actually use your lamp a little bit behind and have it have the AoE kind of go to the angle. There's ways to do that. You have to get the line of sight correct, but you had multiple options there, and I felt like you just went with the wrong one. All right, here we go. You know, there's somebody behind you on the point right now, right? You gotta be, one thing I want to say is that when there's people like to your side or behind you, you're not really being like hyper aware of it. You're kind of just letting it be. And like, you're gonna lose a lot of games that way if you don't like worry about that at times. Okay, you're lamping. Now this could be solved by just being in a better spot. You're going to a spot you could already be at now as everybody backed up. Instead, you're going to it late, which is forced out a lamp and a Genji and a 1v4, right? Good positioning will not force out this lamp this early, right? Now, you could argue that your Mauga's positioning has caused this, but like, one thing you can always do is always think about your next rotation out, so that way when they get to your team, like for example here, you're already pre-established up here in this spot, rather than having to run around in circles and get basically forced out your cooldowns for no reason, so. Yep. We go. You're talking about when the mid-season is? Thursday, confirmed. All right. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay. Wait. Yeah, your positioning needs a lot of work too. You're not even like your rotations are just, you're not thinking about like where you end up at. Like for example, there's a world where you could have chased the Zen there, but you might have lost your Mauga. But you could have killed the Zen, and then that changes the whole thing because the Zen has to go that way, and then you end up in a safer spot, which gives you more opportunity. But that was tough to begin with, right?
Feeling better?
That's an aggressive ultimate. But look what you've done here. Your teammates are up there pushing up, and you're sitting here like playing safe, right? And like, it's almost like you play too scared at times, right? Like if you're up there and you're at that angle, you might not even have to waste your lamp again. And then instead now you are here getting kind of, you know, Genji doesn't get you, but like you don't have a lamp available for it. Thankfully your teammates helped and all that. Okay. No reason not to go up on the high ground right now. Why be on the low ground right now? You could be up there healing from that same spot. You could lamp, you can see your teammates. Never mind, your Mauga's in. Good luck. Yeah, never mind. Hey, guess who's behind you flanking? I bet you can't guess who it is. I bet you can't guess. There you go. Yeah, listen. Here's my take. And I don't know. This might sound aggressive, but it's not the point. But I feel like I just spectated somebody spectating the game. And what I mean by that is it feels like rather than try to be proactive and make plays that can be helpful for your team, you're just relying on everybody else to do all of that stuff. And then you're just kind of there. Like you're like in the lobby, but you're kind of like, okay, if my teammates do this, then we're going to be fine. But you're not really doing that next step to bring your team to that victory, right? And I think you said something about like reducing risk of what you're doing, et cetera, but I think you're playing way too safe. I feel like you're playing way too safe in these situations. So something you can work on to kind of get out of this loss streak, because I think you're capable of it, okay? Is you need to start thinking about where you position yourself, right? And that's the step-by-step process. I want you to start thinking about two escape routes when you're in a spot. Again, you don't have to overcomplicate it or overthink this all the time, but think about, okay, if I'm here, I'm gonna back up to here. If I back up to there, I'm gonna back up to there. That gives you a safety net. So you can play a little bit riskier. So because if you have a good blueprint to back up, it makes you kind of feel like you can play more aggressive, right? Number two, right? You got to start using your mobility more. Like you have all this mobility. Why aren't you using that to go take like mini high grounds? Whether it's the bridge, whether it's on the high ground up there. I know high ground isn't utilized a ton in bronze, but I'll be honest with you, right? Most of your teammates were generally in good spots to be healed, right? Let's not talk about the example of the Mauga running into their backline there, right? That's different, right? That's not a good play by Mauga, so like you don't have to worry about that. That's not going to be on you at that point. But like the majority of this game, you're just standing around waiting for something to happen. And that's not how you want to do that, whether you're in bronze or top 500. So I want you to watch this game back. You're going to see it on this replay. And I want you to remember those moments where I'm like, okay, so or not even remember the moments. Just watch yourself stand there and just kind of like spin in circles, not do anything. When you establish yourself in good position, that will go away a lot of the time. Like it's not gonna, I still spin around in circles, but when you put yourself in a good spot, the spinning in circles trying to find a spot to go to happens way less. So if you work on that positioning, which I talk about all the time, and you work on putting yourself in better spots, you're gonna be just fine. But you need to be more proactive. If you just sit here and play like this, loss streaks will happen like that. And believe it or not, win streaks will happen too, but it's gonna be very jarring. You're gonna be going back and forth, and you don't want that pendulum swing, right? You want consistency. So you have to clean up that gameplay to get that consistency. But if you sit there and rely purely on your teammates every single game to go and make the plays, and you're not really trying to make your own plays, that becomes the problem. So hopefully that's helpful. I think I kind of explained it well. Obviously, again, per usual, if anybody in the YouTube comments plays BAP and you have things that I didn't bring up or you see, feel free to do it. Just don't be a dick about it. All right. Anyway, outside of that, I hope that, I think you can do it. You got this. You'll break that losing streak and you'll start to go on a steady climb. All right? You got this. You absolutely got this. Like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't, leave a comment, all that helps. And outside of that, if you want to watch more of these, it's going to pop up in the bottom. With that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.